So at the time of me recording this video, it has been 6 months and still counting since the contract was released. Nowadays, it usually takes Rockstar around 6 months to release a new DLC for GTA Online. So we should be getting a new update soon, right? Well, as per usual, Rockstar have not spoken about their upcoming update whatsoever. They'll usually announce an update 2 weeks before its release if we're lucky, 3 days before its release, 1 day before its release, or literally the day of release. And yet they announced a fucking song a month before its release 3 days ago. Incredible stuff here. The only thing they've teased for the new update is having an NPC from story mode spawn in at a certain location at a certain time. Wow. So exciting. That was over 3 weeks ago, by the way, and we've gotten nothing new since. No new teasers, no new info, nothing. I miss being genuinely excited for upcoming updates for GTA Online. 2013 through 2017 were the golden days of GTA Online. We had 3 updates in 2017 and they were all great. We hardly had to wait that long in between updates either. The drip feed content would last us until the next update released. There was only a 2-month wait between Gun Running and Smuggler's Run, and only a 4-month wait between Smuggler's Run and Doomsday. Those were the last really good updates and the last time I was actually really looking forward to an update. But since 2018 struck, it's been constantly going downhill from there. Nowadays, we have to wait so much longer for such mediocre and uninteresting updates. The break between Casino Heist and the summer special was 8 months. That's honestly ridiculous enough as is, but Summer Special was such a sorry excuse for an update, I don't even consider it an actual update. So excluding the Summer Special update, it took them an entire year to release their next big update since Casino Heist. And that update was the Cayo Perico heist. How are they not able to pump out any good, interesting, fun updates in only a couple months like they used to do back in 2018 and before? The heist update took 2 years since 2013 to release, yes, but at least that update fucking slapped. And they were also working on the next gen and PC versions of GTA at the time as well. It takes so much time just for a mediocre, uninteresting update nowadays. It's sad, honestly. Before 2018, Rockstar actually cared and still had passion for their game. The next update is obviously going to be a movie-themed DLC, but who cares, man? I only want this update to come out just so it could fix some of the countless game-breaking bugs in the game, and I want to know what those PvP vehicle rebalances they announced over 3 months ago are about. The map icons have been broken since Enhanced and Expanded released, and there's almost always at least one player using some sort of exploit like Speedo God mode, Player God mode, orb spam, and perma off the radar in every lobby. The game in its current state is not only as dry as the Atacama Desert, but PvP is so boring and an absolute chore to play because of so many players using some sort of broken exploit in nearly every single lobby. Not to mention the fact that it's nearly impossible to register as a CEO or MC now because literally everyone can register as one, thanks to the career builder. The limit is still set to 10 for some fucking reason, so good luck trying to register in a full public lobby. Just 2 days ago, I was fighting a clean player, but then as soon as he left, 2 perma off the radar users tried jumping me. One of them in a laser and the other on a Mark II. The 2 meta vehicles. Wahoo! So then I apartment warped because fuck that. Then they didn't take too kindly to me sitting in my apartment because they wanted to kill me so badly. One of them messaged me, "Keep hiding," in a desperate attempt to aggro me because GTA players are the most hypocritical specimens on the planet. So I just messaged him perma off the radar lol, then left. Anyways, considering it's taking Rockstar this long to edit some XML files to balance certain PvP vehicles, I have no hope that those rebalances will be anything good, because I highly doubt anyone at Rockstar actually plays GTA Online, let alone PvPs in it. So they're probably clueless on what to nerf and buff, even though it is so fucking obvious, but I really hope they somehow prove me wrong and deliver genuinely great rebalances. But in case any Rockstar dev is watching this video for some reason, I'll just tell you what you guys need to nerf and buff. Nerf the Mark II, remove chaff, make it easier to fall off the Mark II, decrease the tracking on the missiles, decrease the damage on the missiles, or just remove the missiles entirely. Nerf the laser, either make the cannons non-explosive or give the cannons a slow fire rate, weak damage, tiny blast radius, but still remain explosive. Nerf E-rounds, I know this isn't a vehicle, but I fucking despise them. Make it have a long bullet travel time so that you actually have to lead your shots and it's more difficult but more rewarding to destroy flying targets with them. This would also give you a reason to choose between FMJ or E-rounds. FMJ rounds would do less damage but still be hit scan, meanwhile E-rounds would do more damage but would be harder to hit targets with because of the the bullet travel time. Nerf the RC vehicles, increase the cooldown timers to 5 minutes and or make all the RC vehicles share the same cooldown timer, i.e. you wouldn't be able to use the RC Bandito right after your RC tank was destroyed. Both vehicles would be on cooldown. Give the Toreador a map icon. Give the Kasatka a 2 to 5 minute fast travel cooldown. Buff the Rhino tank. Give it far more explosive resistance than the Kinjali has. Then you would have a reason to choose between the Rhino or the Kinjali. Buff the Chernobog. Give it some explosive resistance and let us be able to aim the missile launcher straight upwards. Buff the Annihilator stealth. It's literally just a carbon copy of the Akula and it's worse than the Akula in every way. Give it the same explosive resistance the Akula has and increase the damage of the machine guns on it. Then you would have a reason to choose between the Akula or the Annihilator stealth. Buff the Bombushka. Give it way more explosive resistance, i.e. on par with the Avengers explosive resistance, if not stronger. Increase its top speed a bit and improve the handling. Buff the Volatile. Give it way more explosive resistance, i.e. on par with the Avengers explosive resistance, if not stronger. Allow us to carpet bomb with 10 bombs instead of the usual 5. Buff the Alkanos. Give it way more explosive resistance, i.e. on par with the Avengers explosive resistance, if not stronger. Give the Alkanos unlimited bombs so it would be unique and actually give you a reason to use it. Buff helicopters universally. Give every helicopter slightly more explosive resistance so they don't explode from one homing missile, and or lower the hitbox on every helicopter so that it's easier to dodge homing missiles with them. Buff the Stromberg. Increase the lock-on range of the homing missiles. Then you would have a reason to choose between the Stromberg or the Toreador. Buff the Mogul. Give it some more explosive resistance. It's an armored plane. Improve the handling / top speed and increase the damage of the 50 cal turret. Buff the Tula. Same thing with the Mogul. Give it some more explosive resistance. Improve the handling / top speed and increase the damage of the 50 cal turret. Buff the Valkyrie. Give it some explosive resistance, i.e. the same amount the Akula and Hunter have, if not more. It's supposed to be an armored helicopter. Increase the damage of the side miniguns. Buff the B-11. Make the fire rate of the explosive MG as fast as the Hydra and Savage cannons. Make it have unlimited homing missiles. Why does it only have 30 homing missiles? Buff the Ruiner 2000. Increase the missile capacity to at least 20 and make the Ruiner 2000 completely lock-on proof. Buff the weaponized Tampa. Increase mortar capacity to at least 20. Give it some explosive resistance. It shouldn't blow up in one explosive. Make the windows slightly bulletproof as well. You can also make the homing missiles lock on. Just make the missile accuracy that of a buzzard so it's not too powerful. Alright, I think that's everything I've got. For vehicles, anyway. Now that that's all over with, might as well move on to the next thing. So I've seen some people complaining about the orb yet again on Twitter, particularly certain GTA YouTubers.
Hey everyone!
Same people who stream themselves playing in public GTA sessions to hundreds of people and get upset when they get orbed. They're still crying about the orb being in the game when it's been in the game for 5 years and they want it to be straight up removed. They're huffing large quantities of copium thinking Rockstar would actually remove a feature that's been in the game for 5 years. Since when have Rockstar ever done something like that? Hell, we're already pushing our expectations enough thinking the PvP vehicle rebalances are going to be anything good, thinking they're going to fix actually important game-breaking bugs and glitches, and thinking the next update is going to be any good. Again, this is Rockstar we're talking about. They're known for neglecting us and disappointing us time and time again. Then I saw someone else say that the orb is more of an issue than the Mark II, which got a good chuckle out of me. The orb is annoying, yes, but it is so much easier to counter than the Mark II if you see it coming. The only time the orb can be a genuine problem is because of orb spammers, but even then they're pretty easy to identify. If you see someone in facility and they're dressed similarly to a default character, they're most likely an orb spammer. And as for countering the regular orb, all you have to do is go off the radar or ghost before they orb you, get an Avenger, and go autopilot above their facility with it, and just sit on the gun cameras. Then if they're stupid enough to orb you, they won't get refunded, and it won't give them the kill. It's that simple. And if they don't orb, they'll either leave the lobby, exit in passive, warp somewhere else, or exit without passive. If they exit without passive, that's when you could just spawn trap them with the Avenger guns. It's so easy. Meanwhile, a Mark II is much more annoying and much harder to counter, especially a Mark II that's flying upside down. Because if you come across a Mark II that's flying upside down, there's basically nothing you can do. They can outspeed homing missiles and dodge orbs, so the only hope you'd have at countering one is by getting a lucky shot with the laser cannons. But no, apparently the orb is more broken than the Mark II. Alright, well that's about all I wanted to talk about. GTA Online is in such a boring, unbalanced, and terrible state, and it's just sad.